This is Action Sports Jax First and 10 Training Camp. Sponsored by Ann the Jar and Levine, accident attorneys.
Only way you can build the consistency and then playing together. You know, obviously that's why these preseason games are so important, even for a series or two or three in a game to just start that process.
Hey, Doug Peterson on the Jaguars, what they are trying to accomplish this month of August, and hope some of that consistency translates into September in the actual season. Happy football eve at the bank. Hello and welcome to First and 10 Training Camp. I'm Brent Martineau. Jaguars and Browns tomorrow night, and all eyes in the NFL world will be on this game, not necessarily because of the Jags. Instead, Deshaun Watson. He plays amidst a possible year-long suspension hanging in the balance from the NFL. Plenty of interest from Clemson fans in this one. You do have Watson, Trevor Lawrence, and Travis Etienne will play. It's a chance for everyone to see the first-team offense for the first time, and we still won't get everyone out there. James Robinson, Jamal Agnew, Laviska Shenault, and can't imagine Christian Kirk will play after tweaking his ankle earlier this week. Think the Jags will be cautious there. Trevor Lawrence has had a really good camp, and now he gets game action with this new offense.
Obviously, learning the offense last year helped me learn this one faster. You know, once you learn one, it's easier to learn the second one. Then just having guys like we talked about that are really smart, that are easy. You know, you can make a check and they pick it up right away. I think the guys have done a great job with that. So that's been a lot of fun.
There's so much to watch in so little time in these games, so here's a few things. Trevor and his top targets. Last year in the preseason debut, Lawrence connected with Marvin Jones on a big play. Good preview of things to come there. We'll see what happens Friday night. How will he utilize the tight ends? Evan Ingram will be in there as well as Dan Arnold. See if the offensive staff shows any of those wrinkles. We know Doug Peterson really likes to exploit the tight end position. And the kicking battle continues. Elliott Fry will get the first crack at a field goal, and they'll rotate from there. That has been an issue. Jaguars had a handful of sacks last week against the Raiders. Trayvon Walker debuted nicely. Arden Key, couple of sacks. Now the Jags will showcase Josh Allen and Foye Oluokun as well. So it will be a defense at full strength. Getting after the QB has been a problem the last couple of years. New defensive coordinator Mike Caldwell is trying to fix that.
We were pleased to get a couple of guys, and just as we go forward, we're just going to continue to build that group. We have a bunch of guys that can get after the quarterback, so focus on stopping the run, then being able to turn them loose.
Stopping the run is the mantra tomorrow night. Countdown to kickoff returns this week. Preseason edition, Fox 30, 6:30 showtime, 7 o'clock kick. That game on Fox 30. We'll see you tomorrow night. You don't see something like this very often in the National Football League. Tom Brady is taking a short leave of absence away from the Bucs for the next week. The team says for personal reasons. What those reasons are, we just don't know yet. Remember, Brady retired earlier this year and then returned. The team does expect him to return, so it doesn't seem related to any retirement type of talk. UNF doesn't have a football team, but today they did. The Ospreys host the Seminoles. The story coming up next. For a second year in a row, the Florida State Seminoles took their August camp on the road to Jacksonville at the University of North Florida. Florida State obviously enjoyed the mini excursion a year ago, and Mike Norvell decided to do it again. Welcome back to First and 10 Training Camp. I'm Brent Martineau. A big year on the horizon for Norvell and the Noles as they try to turn this thing. Action Sports Jax Marcel Robinson has a story from today's practice.
From the 8502 the 904. For the second year in a row, the Florida State Seminoles have brought their football practices on the road to the University of North Florida. This is far from a vacation. Sure, they're going to get the chance to get away from Tallahassee for a little bit, but head coach Mike Norvell says this isn't about just getting away. This is about creating some of that adversity that they're going to face on the road come the fall.
We're going to play 5 road games this year, which we have no control of the atmosphere. We have no control of any circumstances that will show up. I mean, it's about creating a mindset of, man, regardless of where you are, you got to be in control of you and go out there and be your best.
Head coach Mike Norvell says that one emphasis that he's been placing on practice has really been on the young guys and finding that ability for them to push to the next level, to push through that adversity. One of those young guys is a name that we're very familiar with here on the First Coast. That'd be Harold Stubbs, the former Oak Leaf Knight, now playing football for the Seminoles. The head coach says so far early on, he likes what he sees.
Harold's doing a good job. Really excited about the work work he puts in. He's still working himself into it. I like what I've seen from him.
We talked to some of the players after practice, and they said although this is a short trip from Tallahassee to Jacksonville, it's not necessarily a walk in the park. You definitely have to prepare, otherwise your experience could be kind of questionable. And that's the one thing that they said, that they're appreciative of the experience of having to go through that, because come the fall, it's going to be a totally different ball game for the Florida State Seminoles when they hit the road this football season. At the University of North Florida, Marcel Robinson, Action Sports Jax.
Well, the home for FSU football and basketball in Jacksonville is ESPN 690. We had new play-by-play man Jeff Colhane on the show today. Listen back on the podcast or on YouTube by subscribing to Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690.
Action Sports Jax primetime, Saturday at 10:30 on Fox 30.